Right, so today is Friday the 10th of January and today I am finally going to be putting some colour onto my children's book. So I've been working on this for a long time. I've got to the point now where we've written the story, I've done all the penned in images, like this, and now comes the rather terrifying task of adding colour to it. So you might think, as an artist, adding colour is the fun bit, but I've spent so long worrying about getting the pen marks and the proportions of the figures and the layout of the page right. I've been doing that for so long, I've almost forgotten how to paint. So this is an example. So I drew this. This is a working front page that I did a little while ago, and then I realised all the proportions were wrong. So I thought I'd use this to practice my painting skills. And oh my god. You see how patchy that tree is? So I'm rather worried. I think as long as I take it slow and steady, it should be okay. I need to remember to work light through to dark, otherwise all the colours are going to bleed. But I started to get a bit frustrated just working on this and practicing, so I'm just going to dive right in. I'm not going to do a big rush job. This is one that, I don't know if you can see this behind me. In my sketchbook I've already kind of worked out where the colours are going to be on it, so I think this is the right one to start with. Not just because it's the first page, but because I've already worked out where the lights and darks are. And I think it should be quite a nice starting point. I'm rather nervous, and I can feel my hand starting to shake as the more I'm talking about it. So I'm going to make sure I've got enough paper towels, enough clean water, and I might put some music on my headphones just to block out any other sound. I don't know if that'll be annoying or not, but anyway, ooh, let's see. So there we have it, the first bit of colour on the book. Whoop, whoop, whoop. What do you think, Dave?
Well, it's okay, but it's a bit of an anticlimax, guys.
So it's the weekend after I started adding colour to the first page, and as I said I was going to be, I was very good and I didn't rush it, which is why I didn't do anything over the weekend. I just wanted to let my brain chill out and I didn't want to just jump straight in and ruin it. So this is as far as I've got so far. Quite pleased with it. I've been working light to dark, which is why the cat here looks, my Dave looks very ghostly. So I've been doing all of his shadows and things. It's amazing though how a break can make you see things differently. So this practice page that I was doing, you might remember, I was saying that I was having trouble painting again, and anyway, I did this practice page and I was really worried that all of this lead and all of the water had kind of seeped into things. Actually, coming back to it, I quite like that. So basically, never give up on yourself. Give yourself a few hours, days, weeks might be a bit too far, but give yourself a little bit of time to calm down and see things clearly, because actually I think that looks quite cute. Anyway, so today I'm going to finish off this page. I still need to investigate into pencils, because I think my pencils are just a bit too waxy. I could always use my pastel pencils, they're quite nice, but I'd have to experiment maybe over the top of this just to see whether they looked alright. Because pastels do have a tendency to smudge as well, so I don't want to smudge anything in transit between, you know, between places when I'm scanning it and all that kind of stuff. So I will investigate, but yeah, I feel happier for the break. So let's get going and do some more colour. So it's now Monday. I think it's a week and a bit since I started the book, and I've been going great guns until this morning. So for the last week and a bit I've been working through the pages, painting them up, really loving how they looked, and I thought today I'm going to move on to the next bit. Let me show you what I did. So this was the page that I was working on. Can you see how the pages buckled? It was a really sunny day. Can you see all the sun? Yeah, it's a really sunny day. My desk was warm. I added too much water when I was adding this wash. This wash should be really light blue. And I just got panicked and added more and more colour. Can you see? Yeah, I got panicked and I added more and more colour and basically just messed it up. So I'm going to have to trace over this page and redo it. But in every cloud there is a silver lining, because I've decided to trial my masking fluid, which every time I've done a page I've wondered, should I be using masking fluid? But as you can see here, I shouldn't, because it's just ripping the paper off. So at least I've learnt one thing, and in my other pages that I'm doing I'm not going to be constantly thinking I should be using masking fluid. But anyway, so that was my morning, and despite getting quite upset about it, I'm going to work through tracing that sheet of paper, tracing the image, and then just doing it again. What else can I do? So I'm going to leave it there, because I've actually got a lot of work to do, and filming at the same time as doing it is a little bit time consuming and emotionally draining. So I'm going to leave that video here for now, and until next week, bye bye. I didn't want to leave it on a downer, guys, and I just wanted to show you that I did manage to actually make the whole page as I wanted it. So the moral of that story is that even if things don't end up the way you want them initially, just keep going and eventually you'll learn enough about the process and it'll all turn out alright in the end. So until next week, bye bye.